Alright, what's up guys, it's Spider back for another Umamusume video. So today we're going over the release schedule for seemingly the rest of the month of July of this year, 2025. So, but before we get started, we really appreciate you guys dropping a like, comment, subscribe, would really help me out, trying to get 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. But with that being said, let's get into this. So, we have the whole schedule of what we're getting for the entire month seemingly here, and there's some big stuff and some seemingly interesting decisions made by cygames here for how they're handling global. So, as you guys know, we do already have Bourbon in the game, as well as this card, which I want to say it's like Taya. I forgot the name of what it was, but you know, we got this card Turbo. Yeah, so it's like something Turbo. But we have this Tenchi card, or not Tenchi, it's Tenchi card. Fuck, I'm gonna mess up with fucking other gacha game. The support card, my bad. Oh yeah, no, we got these two, you know, in game right now currently, and you know, this card is not too bad, but you know, we do have it in game. And this will be lasting until the 10th, so it's like about a week, which is kind of crazy for like a banner to be, you know, like just a 1 week banner. And then we have this event coming in, New Legend Races, which is going to take place in a couple days here, about 2 days actually from now. And then it'll be ending in about like a week or two, basically. I don't know what this really gives, but it seems like it's going to give pieces to like help group up your characters or something like that. I'm not too sure. Then we have another banner, literally right when this Bourbon banner ends with this character here. And it's going to have another support card as well. And this is going to last for about another week-ish, maybe a little bit longer. And then we have the very big banner here. So there's going to be 2 new characters that actually come out and 2 support cards that are going to be coming out. Now, if you guys can tell, one of these is actually a very, very, very good support card here. So that's, you know, something to keep that in mind. Interestingly though, I thought that this Kita-san Black card would come out with Kita-san but Black, but I guess not. I guess it's actually coming out with these 2 gals instead. And there's going to be another event coming in as well from July 16th to August 1st. And then finally, or even going further down below, July 27th will be another character and another support card. So basically, there's going to be, so yeah, so this banner here with these 2 new trainees and these 2 support cards will last until August 1st. This banner comes in still during that, so we'll have a lot of banners towards the end of July here. And then we have another New Legend Races, which I want to say it gives you some dupes for these characters, but I'm not too sure on that, to be honest, because this game is still relatively new for me, because I'm still trying to learn as much information, because some of the stuff that's available for the game doesn't have that much stuff in terms of like the gacha meta aspect to things, at least in terms of that's translated over to global side so far from what I've found. But yeah, you know, some pretty good stuff. Now the big thing here, right, is this Kita-san Black card. Now at the same time, for Umamusume's here, I think there are some meta choices you could go for, but I think overall it's literally just up to who you really want to grab, basically, like who is your favorite Umamusume, which is your favorite horse girl. So I think in this game, it doesn't really matter who you really go for, because you can make any of the girls work. And besides, you're going to need multiple girls to work for different, you know, for mid races, long races, all that different things. The real like meta aspect of the game is more so in the support cards, which I kind of like a little bit more. Though the downside is that it does make it a little bit more annoying when you want to pull for characters and also cards at the same time. So there's that. But we'll go ahead and take a look at the, you know, at what else we got. So yeah, you know, we got this Legend Races coming in here. Basically, all it says is the challenge legendary Umamusume to obtain their star pieces, and then for more details, see in game. So let's see. So this person says trainers who have already scouted these 3 will also be able to try with the Umamusume they have trained themselves, as star pieces are necessary to raise their Umamusume grade level. Okay. And then basically asking if you can get enough for dupe. If everything's named as the Japanese version, I think everyone overseas will want special week, and of course many people will want to get her, but in fact I think you'll be able to get a special week with a different outfit in the future. Okay, so it seems like there might be enough to get a character here. Special week, 5 stars soon. Let's go. Okay, so it looks like there might be a chance where you can actually get one of these characters for free, possibly. Or it might just be enough to help you dupe up to like they said here with the whole star system. Still trying to get used to the game since I literally I'm almost a week behind. But yeah, this is basically coming out. So you know, I'll probably make another video covering this once this actually does go live, and then I'll go a little bit more in depth. So if you guys don't know as well, like I don't, you know, we can figure that out together. And then of course, one thing that was really cool that they did was they actually gave out a free SSR guarantee to make debut ticket, which I think, if I remember correctly, this is only for support cards. And you know, not gonna lie, kind of makes it a little bit easier to reroll if you're still trying to go for that Supercreek Finemotion account. Makes that, you know, gives you like an extra chance, you know. because it is a guaranteed SSR card. So some of you guys might have gone lucky. The one I got wasn't that great, but you know, it is what it is. I might still honestly reroll a bit more on some other accounts while I keep this main one that I currently have. But yeah, very cool thing. We already have this in the game. And then this actually got released very recently, or announced very recently, where basically we're having a part 2 of the celebration, which is going to have another SSR guaranteed make debut ticket scout. So I don't know if this is going to be like the same thing as this one, where it's going to be, I think it is, because it says the same name here. So I'm guessing basically if you do all these missions, you're going to get another random free SSR support card ticket from doing part 2 missions, because part 1 is giving you whatever, like a random Umamusume that's a 3-star. But I think this part 2 one is going to give you 3-star support cards, so you have another chance of getting another random one, which may be you know, the last you know, is your Finemotion or Supercreek if you're missing one of those. And yeah, that's pretty much it for what we have currently in the news. I kind of like how they kind of just throw surprises like out of nowhere that aren't even included in this like release schedule here, because there's like some of these things are not even mentioned. So I kind of like that a little bit personally. Now, go to the tier list here. So as you know, as I did mention, Kitasan Black is going to be coming out very, very soon here. It's actually going to be coming out on July 16th. So July 16th is when Kitasan Black will come out, and it is a godsend support card. It is literally remains top tier for the next 2 years. So this is one you want to get. It is really, really good. And I think it's also limited, so you want to make sure you get that too. I think this Haru one is actually a free-to-play one, and I think it may be coming from the brand new Friends story event here, because this person who made this, who's I like them. They're very reliable for the most part. They're a JP player, I think. And basically they were saying that Guts type support cards have been slightly nerfed. Some speed and wisdom cards got a buff. And then heads up, never trade Guts Urara for Rainbow Horseshoe. Seriously, don't do it. And I think the reason they're mentioning that, which if you guys don't know, this one right here, this Haru Ura one here, I think the reason they're mentioning that is because I think this one might be a free-to-play one potentially, because that's the only way that would make sense to me, is if this was a free-to-play one and not a gacha one, right? But I could be wrong, but that's my assumption, is what they make it sound like. And then of course, you know, currently we do have Special Week as a free-to-play one that's currently available for the ongoing event, so make sure you guys are, you know, grab that. And yeah, you know, that's pretty much it, you know, for the news that we got coming up. Oh, and if you guys are wondering, yeah, Twin Turbo is A tier, so you know, the one that's currently on banner, it is situationally useful. If you guys are actually curious though, for the other cards that we are getting, we have this other one here. Also still getting used to all the horse girls' names, so I might not know everybody, so I might not say their names because I might not know them. So yeah, that one, Mejiro here, not that great. So this banner here with the support card's not really going to be that great. And then if you guys want this character, you know, I say go for it if you really want to. Then this other one here, that's with Kitasan Black. That one is going to be, if we take a look, it might actually be an 8 tier here. Yeah, it's an 8 tier one. Okay, so the one, so literally like we get some pretty good ones for this support card banner here. One thing I don't know is if there's going to be 2 separate support card banners, or if it's going to be both together. It'd probably be better if it was separate. That way, people that want to, like me, that want to go for Kitasan Black, can have a higher chance of getting more copies of Kitasan Black, because it's really, really good and worth duping up for sure. And then we have another one over here on July 27th with this one. All right, chat. So right now there's a bunch of fireworks going on because it's 4th of July in this part of the video, but I was doing a bit of digging right here, and yeah, there is a lot of information I found. I found a mother load of Umamusume information for the game from JP. So there's a lot of crazy information here. So there's this Google Doc that is very, very lengthy, several almost 250 pages here worth of content. And there's also this Game Tora site or whatever here, which basically has a whole bunch of information. Some of that being when banners are going to be releasing, as well as support card banners and a whole bunch of other good stuff. But one thing I wanted to point out to you guys, so as you guys can see, you know, this is the current tension or support card we have, support card banner we have currently, right? This turbo one. And then later on, we're going to be getting this one. And, you know, if we follow up with how this is looking, right? This is what we have turbo. We're getting this one here. If we go back to here, this is what we're going to be getting, right? But if we go up earlier, you know, there's Kitasan Black. And if we go up a little bit more, there's actually going to be a banner where Supercreek is going to be rated up, which is kind of cool, right? So, you know, just saying, if you guys do have a Finemotion account, might be worth considering if you really want to. Maybe just sticking with that account and just grinding the game out. And then if hopefully your summons went for Kitasan Black went well, there might be enough. There's probably gonna be a decent amount of time to save up enough currency to try and pull at least one Supercreek off of her rated banner, which should be coming out sometime around September, most likely, I'd assume. Yeah, probably around September is when we should be getting the Supercreek rated banner. So, you know, there is a good chance, right? That might not be a bad idea, just saying, you know? Something I just discovered here. Of course, we're going to be getting a whole bunch of other crazy content, like wedding events, anime crossovers, Halloween events, Christmas events, New Year's. So there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff coming out soon. As well to go with the characters here, right? So this banner, this double banner here, right? Which is showing these two characters here. That one is actually going to be an anime collab banner. So two different Umames here, you know, for an anime collab. And then later on, we're going to be having some other banners dropping and a whole other good stuff, and you know, wedding events and all that. So that's pretty cool. But I just wanted to let you guys know about you know, the Supercreek, you know, coming in, actual Supercreek rated banner coming in soon. So if you guys do have a Finemotion account, might just want to stick with that one. Now over here, they actually have a Umamusume support card tier list. They don't have one for characters because I think for characters you can also run whoever you want. It's really up to you, whoever you really like, basically. Though some are probably gonna be a little bit better than others, but for the most part, it's basically pull for whoever you want to use. So they have different variations here. They basically have no dupes and fully maxed out, and then everything in between, basically. And there's a whole bunch of different cards here that we do have on game and that are gonna be coming out very soon for global. Yeah, basically though, you know, here's the important thing about Case on Black, guys. This is what I'm saying, that I'm recommending what you guys may want to just get an account as soon as possible, preferably a Finemotion within the first 10 roll, and just stopping there. Because Case on Black, if we actually go to the tier list, is actually a B tier, which is super weird, right? Because she's actually supposed to be a really top tier one, is what everybody has been saying, right? But if we go over to at least 3 dupes here? If we go over to at least 3 dupes, Case on Black now jumps to S tier. So this is one of those cases where the dupes do, and also this is a game where dupes do matter in this game for support cards. Case on Black without any dupes is basically a B tier, like really not that great. But the moment you and then of course, you know, if you include dupes, it's just gonna drop. There's a pretty big significance, right? So a bare minimum what you want is at least, I think, dupe 3 or full dupes, basically, for Case on Black to make her viable. Otherwise, she's kind of not that great if you only have the 1 copy, or if you don't have 3 dupes. So she's a very expensive card to max out, but also very worth it, right? Now, if we go to full dupes here for all these cards, then I guess we should probably only look at SSR, right? Even though the SSRs do kind of matter a bit, but we'll just focus on the SSRs for right now. So we focus only on the SSRs. You know, Case on Black, a max dupe is SS tier, is S tier, so is 3 dupes, that counts as well. And then if you only have 1 dupe into it, though, she's gonna be dropping down to D tier. So yeah, you know, very big difference there in jumps with how far the power level goes. So yeah, that's another thing too with Case on Black, is that it's a very good card if you get enough dupes for it. Otherwise, yeah, not really that great. So that kind of sucks. However, though, if we go to no dupes, though, or if we look for which one of these actually does really well without any dupes, that's still very good. There's actually this other card here that is very good, which I will see if I can pull up here. It's a little bit difficult to use the site though, especially if you're trying to see what the name of it is, because it's not in English here. All right, so I found out what card it is. It's actually called Measure Palmer, which is a speed type card. So this card is actually one of the best cards in the game for speed that doesn't require dupes. And of course, I just realized there's another better card that's even higher than that one, so let me pull that one up. And there's another one called Jungle Pocket here, which is actually a lot better than that one. Actually, it's a, you know, high C tier, actually beating out a couple of, you know, ones that are fully duped out here. And it's currently the best one on JP right now that has no dupes into it, right? The problem is, though, is that this came out 2 to 3 years later out on JP. So for us, it's going to be maybe half the time, because Global seems to be speeding things up, which is kind of good because we are like several years behind. So, you know, it could be good if they do match up the summons. But yeah, that is something else to keep in mind. So some cards in this game aren't going to be as good if you don't get them with dupes. Now, if you go look at, or you know, cards with no dupes, right? These are the top, or basically the best ones to get that have no dupes with. And of course, some of these may or may not come out in the game, you know, very soon. You know, some of these we might have to wait a couple of years for. Others may come out within this year. So Just keep that in mind. I'll of course keep you guys updated, let you guys know whenever new cards do come out if they're worth pulling for, and yada yada yada. But I'll probably make specific videos on each of those. If like, okay, we'll look at the tier list and yada yada. See, actually determine, okay, is this card good? Do you need dupes into it? Is it worth pulling for? And stuff like that as well. And then Umamusume, I think I'll leave that up to if you guys just maybe we'll check them out as well in that video. But honestly, Umamusume kind of are just more of like, if you guys like the character, pull for them, But if cards, bit of a different case, right? Bit of a different case. So yeah, this tier list I will probably be using often. Also, let me know in the comments down below if you guys actually want me to link this tier list here and or the game Tora here, and even more especially because this doctor, which basically has all the information you'll probably ever need. It's just a lot of information. When people say this game is very difficult for the learning curve, they are not lying. There's a lot of information here for how a lot of things in this game play out. But man, Horse Scrolls are a whole lot of fun. But yeah, I will be informing you guys as the weeks come by for each of these banners and characters and if they're worth playing for and whatnot. So, with that being said though, helps you guys out. A bit of a long video, but yeah, if you guys stay for the whole thing, really appreciate you guys for watching the whole thing. With that being said, I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace and take care, everybody.